turn of the millennium, Indian cricket was indeed a powerhouse at home. But every time we traveled overseas, and I will give you some stats, 92, South Africa, 1-0. 96, England, once again we lost. 97, West Indies, chasing 120, 81 all out. 99, Australia, 3-0. Suddenly, at the turn of the millennium, something happened. 2002 England, 1-1 with a win at Headingley. 2003 Australia, a win, scoring 600 in the first innings, a win at Adelaide. 2004 Pakistan, beating Pakistan in Pakistan. The man responsible, put your hands together for Sourav Ganguly. You know, I was thinking, what's the chord? What's the chord that connects all my speakers? And if you actually go back to that test match that we won at Lord's in 2014, we would not have won it had it not been for 100 that still stands as one of the best 100 scored by an Indian batsman in recent times. And he did it again. Did it again some months later in Australia, and did it again a month back at Johannesburg. That innings on that nasty wicket, plays always the best in tough overseas conditions. Vice captain of the Indian national team, Ajinkya Rahane. And my third cricketer on the panel, just about a month back in that World Cup in New Zealand, leading a team, once again, away from home, leading the under-19 team, sensation of sorts, scored huge amount of runs in domestic cricket. Question was, can he lead the team to success overseas? And it was a demolition act. Australia beaten by 100 plus, all matches won by over 100 runs, leading that team today at the India Today conclave. Put your hands together for Prithvi Shaw. And my final panelist, three things stand out for the BCCI, apart from the performances of the Indian cricket team in 2017, 3 straight deals, 1,000 crores for the jersey, and finally 16,347.5 crores for the IPL telecast rights. Multi-fold increase. The BCCI, one of the richest, if not the richest cricket board, for sure the richest cricket board in the world, and one of the richest sporting bodies in the world. The man who runs it, critical questions will be asked of Rahul Johri, CEO of the BCCI. Sourav, I'll start with you. You know, the actual common chord, what I said, was or is overseas. When you took over, can you tell my audience what it was like? Yes, we did well at home. We won a lot of series in the 1990s. But overseas, something happened to the team. What did you do? What did you do to transform that mentality and that run between 2000 and 2005?
Firstly, thank you for having me here this evening. To be precise, I think it's a matter of confidence. We were a different side at home and different side when we traveled. I realized that when we came in 1996, when I played my first test at Lord's and was fortunate enough to get to back-to-back hundreds, I realized that when you entered the dressing room, you had so much talent. When you looked around, you had Sachin, you had Azhar, you had Sanjay Manjarekar, and it was a side full of talent, but somehow this side did not know how to win test matches. For me, it was a change of culture. For me, it was a change of fitness. I asked the first thing to Ajinkya when I met him just now. I said, what's the difference? He said, the boys are very fit. And I think that's very, very important in a cricket culture. Getting in fast bowlers. You see the fast bowling unit now. At that time when I came in, we went to England with 4 spinners. And we were going in the month of May, which was absolutely cold and freezing. And to play in England in a test match in Edgbaston, the first test, with 2 fast bowlers and 3 spinners was an absolute suicide. So the culture had to change, the way of thinking had to change. We still believe that, in like the eras of Bishan Singh Bedi and Prasanna and Chandrasekhar, we could still win in away conditions with spinners. You lost the toss on day 1 of a test match, which Ajinkya will understand what I'm saying. And if your fast bowlers get past those 10 overs, you're struggling. So the entire culture had to change, the mindset had to change, the way we played test cricket had to change, and we needed to get fit because we needed the fast bowlers to get wickets. Indian cricket always had batting. You look at the generations. Before me, there was Gavaskar, Mohinder, you name Vishwanath. During our era, I was fortunate enough to lead some champions, Sachin, Rahul, VVS, Ajinkya's era, Virat, Ajinkya himself. You look at Murli Vijay, you look at Shekhar Dhawan, outstanding cricketers in all formats of the game. So India always had the batting. But the difference, what they made overseas was the fitness culture and the way the fast bowlers bowled.
What is important from what Sourav said is it happened. And it happened, and between 2002, 2001 to 2005, we did not lose a single series overseas. That's why Sourav Ganguly will arguably still be the best Indian captain in that format. Before I go to Ajinkya and Prithvi, I'll come to you, Rahul. We take so much pride in winning overseas because that's the real test. Now, we all know, I don't want to sort of harp over and over again. Our team goes to South Africa on the 27th of December, plays the first test match on the 5th of January. Is that preparation enough? One. Second, now we know from what we've seen with the performances of Ajinkya and his team, 5-1 in the one-dayers, 2-1 in the T20s. This team had the potential of winning the test series if they had a few more days in South Africa. Maybe. Is the BCCI going to address this problem? Are you thinking about this problem and you think this is something we have to solve and solve immediately?
Well, our intent is to provide the Indian cricket team the best infrastructure, the best support that is possible. And based on the feedback that we've got from the team management, we've had some real serious discussions with them. What we are now doing is, you see, in the summer, India is going to England. Before the first test match actually starts, India would have been in England for over a month, and the team would be really acclimatized. And, they'll play the short form first and then come to the test cricket. In the next winter, India is in Australia. And again, what we have agreed with the Australian Cricket Board, with Cricket Australia, is the Indian team will first play its short form and then come to the long form cricket. So again, the team would be really, used to the conditions over there before they actually go into the serious test cricket. What we've done is, there is a 4-year FTP cycle that we follow. And these changes we've managed to do in the current cycle, which was already there. But the BCCI has now negotiated the FTP cycle. The FTP is the Future Tours program of the Indian team from 2019 to 2023. And every tour, this issue will be addressed. It's already been addressed. And the other thing that we are moving towards is, for the first time, 5 years in advance, you will have a day-wise calendar, a date-wise calendar of the Indian team's program. So you will know exactly where over the next 5 years you're playing.
Nice. So we will, as media people, not have to complain and keep questioning about, was that time of preparation enough in South Africa? The could have been question will finally be out of the window. Good stuff. Ajinkya, 55 plus average overseas. When I compare your performances overseas with your performances at home, what happens to you overseas? New Ajinkya Rahane comes into being every day? When you go out there and perform at Johannesburg, nasty test wicket, and I remember you telling me soon after, Indians did not want to leave the field, South Africans did. What happens? People thought we were chicken-hearted. We were lion-hearted in the lion's den.
First of all, I love facing challenges, and we all know that when we go abroad, places like New Zealand, England, Australia, and South Africa, the teams, they will come hard at us, and it is a challenge for each and every individual to do well. But this Indian team, what we discussed, that wherever we go, we will think and we will play like it's our home turf, and that's what we were doing in South Africa. Yes, Johannesburg wicket was slightly dangerous, but for me it was an opportunity to become a hero. Because I didn't play first 2 test matches, and I was motivated, I was disciplined, and I was really working hard on my batting. And when I got to know that I'm playing this test match, for me it was an opportunity to become a hero, and that's what I did. And I'm really happy that I contributed towards our winning success.
Twice he said...
Bore, I'll just add something to what Ajinkya has said, because I batted at number 5, both home and away, and he does the same thing. And I don't know whether he'll agree or not. Batting at number 5 and number 6 in India is the toughest thing, because the ball gets old, it gets soft, And by the time you get to 5 and 6, and I did after it was Sehwag, Dravid, Tendulkar, and then my turn came. So by the time it came, there were deep points, long offs, deep square legs, third man. So good shots would actually go for a single. And the same thing when you went overseas, the way he went out to bat in the Johannesburg test match. He had 3 slips, a gully, and he would hit the ball and it would go to the boundary. The value for runs was a lot more. So batting in India with that reverse swing, with that old ball on those pitches which don't bounce, is a lot difficult than batting at number 5 in England. The knock he played at Lord's, we were there and I was there commentating. It was one of the best I've seen for a long time. And I think it's the conditions which make you feel better. And it's a mental game. You know, that's why I used to tell Rahul once in a while, Jam, I'm getting too much 40s, 50s. Can you bat at 5 and I bat at 3? Because I want that hard ball when you hit and it goes for 4. So these situations are different when you're batting at 5 and when you're batting in India and away.
Prithvi Shaw, at 14, did you think at 17, 18 you will share the stage with Rahul Johri, Ajinkya Rahane, Sourav Ganguly in this August gathering of the India Today conclave with so much of spotlight? And have you changed after the World Cup win?
Not really, actually. I thought when I was 14 years old. But I really wanted to be in the Indian side. Obviously, I was looking for, you know, like under 19 state level, then the India. I was not thinking directly for the India thing. Obviously, there was lots of steps ahead. You know, the under 16 state, then you have to score there. But obviously, I think I'm feeling very proud sitting, you know, beside all seniors over here. And I think after World Cup, some things have been changed, but I think it's a lot more to come in the career. And just to achieve all those things, really need to work hard for it.
Let me ask you a follow-up before I go to Rahul and Sourav and Ajinkya again. For a Virat Kohli, under 19 World Cup winning captain, there is an Unmukh Chand. Skies and not fulfilling potential. Does that add to pressure? Do you feel pressure?
There's no pressure. I think it's all about how much you enjoy the game. And when you're scoring runs, obviously you go ahead. And I think some players take time to reach there, where, you know, Virat sir, obviously after playing the World Cup, he was picked for the Indian team. I think some players take time for it, you know, something happens, something goes wrong. But I think it's, if you see cricket, everyone says it's a funny game, you know, sometimes it goes up, sometimes it takes down. So I think it's the matter of patience, how much you can, you know, give to your cricket. And I think that when the time comes, I think you'll get in.
Ajinkya, now Vice Captain Ajinkya Rahane. I mean, we all know Virat Kohli, passionate, animated, jumping up and about. Do you at times feel that you need to calm him down? You calm him down a little bit. Second part of the question, what we've seen with David Warner and Quinton de Kock went out of hand. How much sledging was there when you were playing in South Africa, and were you giving it back as well?
Firstly, I think what I feel about Virat is aggression actually gets best out of him, and we don't want to change anything about his aggression and his approach about while batting or while we are fielding. But what happened in South Africa recently, when we were playing, I think South Africans were slightly, I mean, they were really quiet. I mean, there was no sledging going on. There was no sledging going on, and it was all about, I mean, they came hard at us with their bowling plans, but there were no words exchanged between any of us. So, but what happened in South Africa against Australia now, what I believe is whatever happens on the field should stay on the field.
You have written in your book, published recently, that you saw the Indians give it back. Can you tell me, was it chirp? Was it, when you say Indians were giving it back to the Australians, what do you mean?
Means you compete, you know, it's not that when you take guard to Shane Warne and Glenn McGrath, they don't let you bat in peace. You know, they were so good also that when it went past the outside edge, they made you feel that your time at the crease was numbered. I don't know what is it with the modern day cricketers these days. So either you reacted to it and competed, or you made them feel that we are going to bulldoze this side. So I've actually seen somebody like Harbhajan or Viru and even Sachin standing at mid-on react and put pressure back on the opposition. When you sledge, it's not that you call names. You find different ways to put pressure. Maybe somebody's not scoring runs. You make him feel that, it's only a matter of time. Maybe you're scared of the short ball. You feel that, it's coming at you. Maybe your feet not moving. You keep putting all these things in the mind of a batsman because a batsman has got one delivery.
Prithvi Shaw, do you sledge?
Don't ask him that. Don't ask Prithvi Shaw whether he sledges or not.
I've got to ask you, was there sledging on in the Under-19 World Cup?
No sledgings.
Come on, that's not true. Can't be. At Under-19, how many of us abused or sledged in college? All of us did. Prithvi Shaw, you're an exception. Having said that, Virat Kohli's style of captaincy, Ajinkya Rahane's style of captaincy. What do you prefer?
Tough question.
Tell me. Virat Kohli's style of captaincy as a captain, Ajinkya Rahane's style of captaincy, or a mesh of both, or a Sourav Ganguly style of captaincy for that matter. What do you want?
If you're saying like this, everyone has their own style, so...
Nice. Nice. Sourav, you actually believe this team, Rahul, the same question will come to you, actually believe this team has the ability to win in England?
Oh, of course. Absolutely. They have the attack to pick 20 wickets. As I said, Indian cricket always has had batsmen who will put 400 runs on the board. And the difference is when they put 400 runs on the board, you had bowlers to pick 20 wickets. In South Africa, the wicket at Wanderers did a bit too much. You won't get those sort of pitches very often in Test cricket. But even in the first two Test matches, which were good pitches, I think the bowlers bowled exceptionally well. You've got Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, Bumrah, Mohammad Shami, who's sitting out, and then there is Ishant Sharma, who's got better. The wrist spinners have come in, who'll put a lot of pressure on the batsmen in the future tours. So they have the attack. And the best thing Anil Kumble said when he was at his best as a spinner, he said, "You give me 450 runs on the board in the first innings of a Test match, and I'll win you Test matches." This team has the batting, the quality with Rahane and Kohli and the rest. And they have the bowling too. And as you said at the start to Rahul, the key is how quickly they get on at the start of the tour. 10 days, 14 days, because that's very important. What they do after the first Test match, how many warm-up games they play doesn't matter, because then you're used to these conditions. You saw in South Africa, as time went on, they got better, and they've got all the qualities to win overseas.
Ajinkya, 5-1 in South Africa in the one-days, 2-1 in the T20s, yes, but 1-2 in the Test matches. England and Australia coming up. Is that the real goal for this team now? 1-1-1, winning overseas, winning in Test match cricket. And do you believe you have the team to do so?
Definitely, we all do believe that we have the team that can do well in South Africa, Australia, New Zealand, and England. It is important to start well, as Sourav sir mentioned, that start of the series, first match, and your preparations are really important, and your momentum actually comes from there. So we all believe that we have the right combination and kind of bowling attack we have. If you, I think 60 wickets in South Africa was unbelievable. The way our fast bowlers and spinners they all bowled. So yes, we all believe in ourselves, and it is important to start each and every series on a high and carry that momentum forward.
One question. There's a gentleman there, his hand is up. Can I have a microphone there, please? One question. There, yeah. That's the one I'll take before I take closing comments.
Hi, सौरभ सर, मेरा सवाल आपसे है कि अभी थोड़ी देर पहले आपने मोहम्मद शमी साहब का जिक्र किया, तो पिछले दिनों बहुत सारी खबरें आई कि पासवर्ड जा रहे हैं, ये जा रहे हैं, वो जा रहे हैं. आपके घर में भी कभी ऐसा हुआ कि आपका पासवर्ड डोना मैम के पास हो?
यार, ये मैं आंसर नहीं कर सकता, क्योंकि मुझे पता नहीं है क्या हुआ है, क्या नहीं हो रहा है. I don't think we should even talk about it because it's his personal thing. We should look at his cricket, and that's what we are here for, Mohammad Shami's cricket and nothing else.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. In 2001, the series that Sourav won against Australia, the Test match in Calcutta had just gotten done, and one of the umpires, Umpire Bansal, was going back to his hotel. So his car enters this one-way street in Calcutta, and a cop stops the driver. The driver gets out of the car in a very painful kind of face, looks at Umpire Bansal and says, "Can you please help me, bail me out of this situation?" Umpire Bansal gets out of the car and requests the cop. But before even he says something, the cop looks at him and says, are you the umpire who gave Glenn McGrath out? And he says, yes. He said, in Calcutta, there are no entries for you tonight. Please go. Ladies and gentlemen, that's why this game is a religion in this country. That's why Rahul Johri gets 16,500 crores. That's why we eulogize Sourav Ganguly, Ajinkya Rahane, and maybe some years down the line, Prithvi Shaw. Closing comment, Sourav Ganguly. One comment that will get you to watch Virat Kohli time and again.
Oh, why just Virat Kohli? All of them. When I was in New Zealand for the under-19s, I saw Prithvi Shaw. It's the passion of the game in this country. You know, it's the want of these boys to succeed because they know what it is at that level. And this game will always be very strong in this country because when you go around this country, you know, you see young boys, you know, going on a bike with their parents with the cricket bat and the kit bag at the back. So that's the reason why this country is so successful in this sport.
Ajinkya, one thing that you still aspire to as an Indian cricketer, is it the 2019 World Cup or a series win in England and Australia?
I think personally, my goal is to do well in each and every series. But yes, we all are thinking about 2019 World Cup and preparation has already started.
Rahul, as the administrative head of the BCCI, what is the one thing that you want corrected in the organization or want to improve?
I think you know, the noise has to settle down so that from the administrative point of view, the cricket is smooth, or the instructions are smooth. Otherwise, Indian cricket is doing quite well.
Finally, I deliberately did it. Junior most person in the panel, perhaps 20 more years of cricket left. Prithvi Shaw, aspiration, under 19 done. As the senior cricketer, maybe in the senior team, 8 years down the line, 2023 World Cup is in India. You aspire to hold that trophy? Is that the goal?
That's not the goal, I think. I just want to work hard and let's see what happens till then. But obviously, we have lifted the Under-19 World Cup and also I want to lift the Senior World Cup as well. So working hard for it.
Whatever it is, this game remains religion. Whatever it is, these people give us enormous joy amidst all the problems that we have in our daily lives. Put your hands together for Sourav Ganguly, Ajinkya Rahane, Rahul Johri and Prithvi Shaw.